To God be the glory in the highest. I greet every one of you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Our subject of discussion today is still on refuting the lies of the Muslim apologists. And what we want to consider today is, who is Zulqarnain? Who is Zulqarnain in the Quran? Who is Zulqarnain in the Quran? Zulqarnain simply means man with two horns, or literally can be called the two-horned. Zulqarnain means man with two horns, or it can be called the two-horned. Now, who is Zulqarnain? Because there are two things that Zulqarnain can be. Number one is that according to the Quran, Zulqarnain can be Allah according to the Quran, or Zulqarnain can be what? Can be, if Zulqarnain is not Allah, it means that Zulqarnain will be partner with Allah, as said by the Quran. Our text shall be taken from the book of Quran chapter 18 verses 87 to 88. Quran chapter 18 verses 87 to 88, and Quran chapter 12 verses 67, and Quran chapter 6 verses 62. Let me start the reading. Let me give you an introduction to this Zulqarnain. Zulqarnain was, the meaning, it means the two-horned. Now, in the Quran, this man spoke, and in the Quran, from the Al-Fatiha to the last surah in the Quran, Allah always used we to represent himself. We. If Allah wants to talk, Allah will say we. Allah will say we. So Allah has been used towards to the usage of we. It means that in the Quran, it is only Allah that uses we. But one thing that shocks me is that this Zulqarnain also used we for himself. So this can be found in the book of Quran chapter 18 verses 87. Quran chapter 18 verses 87. This Zulqarnain speaking now. He said, that is Zulqarnain. He said, whoever doth wrong, him shall we punish. Then shall he be sent back to his Lord, and he will be punished, and he will punish him with a punishment unheard of. I read again, Quran chapter 18 verses 87. He said, whoever doth wrong, him shall we punish. Then shall he be sent back to his Lord, and he will punish him with a punishment unheard of. Now, one thing about this Zulqarnain is that he was the one saying, he used the we for himself. He said that whoever doth wrong, him shall we punish. And you can see that in Quran chapter 18 in verses 87, it was said that he said, which means Zulqarnain said. So Zulqarnain used we for himself. Let me read it once again. Quran chapter 18 verses 87. He said, whoever doth wrong, him shall we. So that we use refer to Zulqarnain. So Zulqarnain used we, that is only that we is only used in the Quran by Allah. We is never used by human being other than Allah in the Quran. But Zulqarnain used we. That is the first evidence. In the book of Quran chapter 12 verses 67. Quran chapter 12 verses 67, it was said there that only Allah can give command. Only Allah can give command. I read Quran chapter 12 verses 67. Further, he said, O my sons, enter not all by one gate, enter ye by different gates. Not that I can profit you aught against Allah with my advice. None can command except Allah. On him do I put my trust, and let all that trust put their trust on him. So summarily, what Quran chapter 12 verse 67 actually said was that there is none that can command except Allah. So it was Jacob that was speaking to his children in Quran chapter 12 verse 67. So, and let me read it once again. Quran chapter 12 verse 67. Further he said, O my sons, enter not all by one gate, enter ye by different gates. Not that I can profit you aught against Allah with my advice. None can command except Allah. Now, it has been sorted out that none can give command except Allah. Let's go to Quran chapter 6 verses 62 also. Quran chapter 6 verses 62, I read, Then are they returned unto Allah, their true protector. Surely his is the command, and he is the sweetest in taking account. I read again. Surely then Quran chapter 6 verse 62. Then are they returned unto Allah, their true protector. Surely his is the command and is the sweetest in taking account. So Quran chapter 6 verse 62 make it known to us that it is Allah that give command. But it is shocking for me to see that Zulqarnain also do what? Also give command as Allah does, which means that he even equates himself to Allah. It's even what? Because it is either Zulqarnain is Allah or is a partner with Allah. I read from Quran chapter 18 verses 88. Quran chapter 18 verses 88. But whoever believes and walks in righteousness, he shall have a godly reward, and easy will be his task, as we order it by our command. He's still the one speaking. Zulqarnain that has been speaking from Quran chapter 18 verses 87 was the one speaking in Quran chapter 18 verses 88. He said that, but whoever believes, Quran chapter 18 verse 88, but whoever believes and works righteousness, he shall have a goodly reward, and easy will be his task, as we. That shows that Zulqarnain was the one using we again. As we, that is Zulqarnain, order it by our command. That is this Zulqarnain. Zulqarnain said that he's going to give the person that work righteousness, who believes and work righteousness, and he's going to ease his tax, as we, that we stand for Zulqarnain, order it by our command. That our also stand for what? For Zulqarnain, and Zulqarnain also give order. Summarily, what we can bring from today's discussion is that Zulqarnain must be two things, either of the two. It can only be one out of the two things. Number one is that if Zulqarnain is Allah, Zulqarnain can be Allah, or Zulqarnain can be partner with Allah, because from the Quran it is crystal clear that only Allah makes use of we. And if Zulqarnain is not Allah, or Zulqarnain is not a partner with Allah, he has no right to what? To use we for himself. Even it was not Zulqarnain that spoke. It was not Zulqarnain that is speaking on his own here. Allah was the one that told Muhammad about Zulqarnain. So you can see that word is the word that is coming from Allah himself. Allah was the one that narrated the story of Zulqarnain. Zulqarnain was regarded as what? Was regarded pious, a good personality by Allah, and he now told Muhammad the story of what? The story of Zulqarnain. It means that if Zulqarnain can use we, is either Zulqarnain is Allah or Zulqarnain is what? Is a partner with Allah. As you can see that in Quran chapter 18 verses 87, I read again. He said that whoever doth wrong, that is Zulqarnain speaking, he said, whoever doth wrong, him shall we punish. He use we for himself. Zulqarnain use we for himself. Then shall he be sent back to his Lord, and he will punish him with a punishment unheard of. In Quran chapter 18 verses 88 also, Zulqarnain was still the one speaking. But he said that, but whoever believes and work righteousness, he shall have a goodly reward, and easy will be his task, as he use we again, order it by our command. He used our for himself. And this shows us that since Quran chapter 6 verses 62 and Quran chapter 12 verse 67 make it known to us that it is only Allah that can give command. You can see that Zulqarnain give command, not only command, Zulqarnain also use we and our for himself, which only Allah can use. So summarily, if Zulqarnain is not Allah, it means that Zulqarnain will definitely be partner with Allah. That is why I'm happy to tell you today that Jesus only can save. There is no salvation in any religion. Jesus only is the way, the truth, and the life. And I would like you to forward this message to different set of people so that we can bring back the Christians that have been deceived by the Muslim apologists. God bless you. Jesus only can save.